Meet Joe. He did everything right. Studied hard, graduated, and landed his first job. But now the bills pile up faster than his paycheck. The coffee spills, the alarm clock screams, and payday feels like a revolving door. He's moving, but not moving forward. Something's wrong. This is the story of how Joe learns the difference between just working for money and making money work for him. Joe grows up listening to two very different voices. One says, study hard, get a good job, climb the corporate ladder, and one day you'll be secure. That's the voice of poor dad. The other says, study money, learn how it flows, focus on building assets, not just earning a salary. That's the voice of rich dad. Both paths exist in the same world, but they lead to very different lives. The truth is, wealth is less about how smart you are and more about which rules you choose to play by. Rich Dad teaches Joe the first rule. Assets put money into your pocket. Liabilities take it out. It sounds simple, but most people get it wrong. They call their car an asset, even though it loses value and costs money every month. They call their phone an asset, even though it drains them with installments. Real assets are things that grow or pay you back. Shares that pay dividends. A small rental property. A business that earns while you sleep. That's what separates the rich from the stuck. Poor dad works harder and harder, trading hours for dollars. But time is limited. Rich dad shows Joe another path. Plant the seeds of assets and let them grow. That could be stocks, index funds, or even a small side business. The point is this: you don't have to grind forever. When you build assets, money starts trading itself for you. That's the shift that creates freedom. Joe thought he needed a lot of money to start investing, but Rich Dad laughs. You don't wait to be rich to invest. You invest so one day you'll be rich. Even $50 a month started at age 20 can turn into a fortune by retirement. Wait until 30 and you'll have to put in more than double to catch up. Time multiplies everything. The secret is consistency. Start small, keep going, and let compounding do the heavy lifting. Wealth isn't built in sudden jackpots. It's built in daily habits. Joe learns to track his spending so he knows where his money really goes. He avoids lifestyle creep, the trap of spending more just because he earns more. He reinvests profits instead of cashing them out. And most of all, he keeps learning. Every book, every mistake, every conversation about money adds up. Even failures become tuition if you treat them as lessons, but the path isn't smooth. Along the way, Joe meets the traps, the scam artists promising fast money, the hype investments that crash as fast as they rise, the credit cards that grow into mountains of debt. Every trap looks tempting, but everyone pulls him backwards. Joe learns the truth. Wealth is slow. Steady steps win. Fast schemes lose. At this point, Joe decides to build a simple plan. Step 1, track expenses for a week. Step 2, build an emergency fund so he's never caught off guard. Step 3, open an investment account. Step 4, start with something simple, like a low-cost index fund. Step 5, commit to monthly investing no matter what. It's not about brilliance. It's about discipline. That's how wealth is built. In the end, Joe realizes wealth isn't about looking rich. It isn't about the car, the clothes, or the image. It's about freedom. Freedom to choose how you spend your time, your work, and your life. If you remember one thing from Joe's story, remember this: start now, start small, and keep building. The best time to plant your money tree was yesterday. The second best time is today. So, what's your first step going to be?